So welcome aboard the New Hope Camper, and today we are going to replace all of this with this. That's right, fiber optics in our Millennium Falcon inspired cockpit. Let's do this. Well, welcome aboard. I'm Seth, captain of the New Hope Camper. So glad you decided to join us on today's adventure. If you didn't know, back in 2020, we bought this 1977 travel trailer. It had been gutted, and in about 3 months I got it up and on the road so we could enjoy it. And now I'm going back part by part and making it more Star Wars inspired. Today is a pretty exciting build. It's exciting, but at the same time kind of challenging. Let me show you why. And as we climb aboard, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification button so you never miss a trip with us on the New Hope Camper. Let's go. This control panel is probably the first Star Wars inspired prop that I made for the New Hope Camper, and in general. I learned a lot about LED lighting, switches, electricity, weathering, but since that time I have learned even more, and now I'm not so quite content with the control panel, and this area right here I just didn't know what to do with until I had an idea. I use a flat black paint and did 2 coats on the board. While the second coat was drying, I threw glitter on it by tossing the glitter up in the air and allowing it to fall onto the board. Even this cheap 98-cent glitter made quite a difference on this board. To make the cockpit frame, I first sketched out the circles by giving myself an anchor point and using the string to form the radius of the circle as I dragged the black marker in the arcs. From there I used my straight edge to make lines connecting the arcs. I then used a can of white spray paint to give kind of a highlight of the tops of the frame as if the light was coming down from the top. From there I painted the frames with a metallic silver. I used several coats to make sure it looked really good. Once that was done, I painted in black lines to give it more depth. Once those lines were done, I used black paint to weather it and give it more of a three-dimensional effect.
So it came with the controller, DC, AC, as well as a generator.
To determine how many stars or fibers I needed, I decided that I wanted about 3 or 4 stars per square foot. So for my area, it was about 4 foot by 8 foot times 4 would be about 128 fibers. The smallest unit I found was 150 fibers. I knew I wanted kind of clusters, some random stars, maybe some large open spaces. So I put pennies in places where I thought I'd want stars until I achieved the look I wanted. After that, I removed each penny one at a time and drilled a hole in its place. After that, I inserted the fibers from the back of the board and then pulled them from the front. I then glued each fiber in place . After that, I trimmed each fiber to about 1/8 of an inch from the board. Tonight, we've got stars. Maybe. Tonight, we've got starlight.